Okay, this is going to be a really quick and simple one. When we're running commands with Node.js and PNPM, we want to make sure that people are using the right version of Node when they're running these commands. So we're going to come over and we're going to create this thing called an nvmrc file. It's .nvmrc. And what we can put in here is just the version of Node.js that we want to use for our application. So if I come into my terminal and I type node-v to see the version, currently running on version 24. So I'm going to limit this to 24. I could be a bit more specific and say 24.6 or whatever, but I'm just going to say 24. And by doing this, what that lets happen is other tools can come along and read this and understand that if you have a tool that can manage your Node versions, for example, when you go to install Node.js, if you go to the website now, you go to get Node.js, there's going to be tools like NVM and FNM, and these are Node Version Manager and Fast Node Manager. They're basically community tools that let you have multiple versions of Node.js installed on your system at once and switch between them dynamically. And it's really, really helpful. So by having this nvmrc file, these tools can start to look that up and use it. You can see there's a couple of steps you could run. So you can run nvm install a specific version. But basically, if you have different applications running different versions of Node, you might need to switch between them often. And that's quite a common thing. You might have a legacy application that's using Node 16 or 18 or whatever. And then you build a new application and you want to use the latest and greatest version. So 24 at the time of this. So we could go and install NVM on our host machine. Personally, I would prefer recommending FNM, Fast Node Manager. And just because it's quicker at what it does, it is one of these things where it's built in Rust, so it's really, really quick to run. There are steps you can go through here, and you can install stuff, but there is a very specific step that is really, really helpful. And I'm just going to find that quickly. That is this use on CD command. So there's a whole section here where you can set it up for your shells. But instead of running a command manually when you get into your directory, you can run this use on CD in your bash profile or your C shell profile. And then when you're in your terminal and you go from one directory to another, it'll check if there's an nvmrc file there, and it will automatically switch the version of Node that you have aliased. So right now, if I come here, I can see my version of Node is 24.6. But if I cd into a different directory, it's automatically switched my Node version to 22.3. And if I go node-v, you can see that is the case. And in this other directory, if I just list that .nvmrc file and show its contents, it is hard-coded to 22.3. But I come back into my application here, and it's using the latest one, 24. So by just including this one file, it lets people that are using these tooling just get around any issues and any concerns about what versions of Node.js you need to use.